How's it going, everyone? So following on from my last video about Tinder, I thought I'd make another one about Tinder. So yeah, this one, I just want to talk a bit about my first ever date on Tinder, and it's actually also my last date, so it's my first and my last date on Tinder. Because I did it once, thought it was a complete load of shit and never did it again. It was a really kind of awkward date which I had, which would be quite funny to tell you guys about. So this was like a long time ago, actually, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. It's around about the time when I started off with you know, making videos on Twattery, around about that sort of time. I think I knew a bit about pickup around that time, but I think I did it maybe a few times, but not really properly, because it was just kind of like, you know, I was exploring, you know, what the best way to do it was. So I knew about pickup. I hadn't really dabbled in it much. I think I've, you know, stuck my feet in it a little bit, but hadn't really done it much. So yeah, so basically I was on Tinder, did the usual thing, you know, not getting any matches much. Get this one girl who I thought, oh, actually she looks maybe kind of alright in a few of her photos, so I thought, yeah, maybe I'll give this one a chance. So I started off with a conversation. I can't really remember what I said or anything like that, but yeah, she was like actually responding to me, because I must have messaged a few other girls as well, but obviously they didn't reply back to me. So this one actually did, which was obviously a good start, and I think it was like my only actual proper conversation where there was an actual, well, a conversation, like there was an actual back and forth conversation. So that was good. So yeah, so we're just talking on Tinder, nothing too fancy, I don't think. And then eventually we agreed to go on a date. I remember actually from her photos, they were mostly kind of like, you know, box standard photos really. I think she looked alright in a few of them, so that's kind of why I went for it. But looking back on it now, I remember she had like, you know, one of those like really carefully crafted angled photos where it's like, you know, up here so they can like not show the double chin, and like, you know, only showing a little bit of the shoulders so you don't see like the full body. It's all very carefully crafted because girls are very good at this kind of thing. So I obviously fell for it, and then suffice to say, she didn't look anything like what she looked like in the pictures in real life. So that's kind of where the awkwardness began, basically. So yeah, we agreed to meet outside of Camden Tube Station, from what I remember. So she got there before I did, and she was waiting there for me. So basically I arrive at Camden Tube Station, I walk outside, I'm looking around, I don't see anyone that looks like the girl from the photos. So I'm kind of looking around a bit, and I decide to go to the other side of the station, because there's two like kind of entrance / exits in the station. So I go to the other exit, don't see anyone there, so I go back to the previous one, and I see this one girl who's standing outside the station, just standing there, you know, minding her own business. And I'm thinking to myself, nah, that can't possibly be her, doesn't look anything like her, can't be her. So I walk past her back and forth, probably about 4 or 5 times, thinking to myself, can it be her? Nah, it can't possibly be her, can it? Nah. So I'm walking back and forth, like that, like 4 or 5 times, and of course it fucking was her, except she didn't look anything like she did in her photos. And then eventually I'm like, maybe I should just ask this girl here just standing there, because I mean she's the only one standing here. So I asked her, hey, is this are you blah blah blah, and then she's like, yeah, that's me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I say, oh, you look a bit different to your photos. And then she got like so fucking offended by that, like right off the bat. She was like, what do you mean? What do you mean I don't look like my photos? And I'm like, oh fuck. And then I just quickly say something like, oh, you have blonde hair in your photos and now you've got black hair. I just said some shit like that, and then she's like, oh, okay, cool. And then we just proceeded to have quite sort of a normal first date, I guess. Yeah, even though it started off super awkward, the rest of the date was actually kind of alright, I guess. It was just, you know, having a drink in a pub, just having normal conversation. There was basically no attraction though. Like I couldn't bring myself to, you know, be attracted to her. I just wasn't. It's not really my fault, really. And yeah, we just really quite a bog standard kind of boring day. Just had a drink in a pub and that was it. At the end of the night, we went back on the tube. It was kind of awkward actually, even on the way back, because we were both going on the tube, I think, to the same kind of general area. I think she got off a bit before me, but I didn't give her like a kiss on the cheek goodbye, or not even a handshake. It was just like, okay, bye, and that was it. So yeah, it was kind of funny, but yeah, basically, you know, that's kind of what Tinder enables girls to do, is to kind of, you know, kind of misrepresent themselves or present themselves in a way that's not completely honest or authentic. So that's why I think it's a load of shit, basically. Well, one of the reasons at least. So that's why I just think it's so much better to kind of approach girls in real life, and also because you can actually see them. Not only can you see what they actually fucking look like, which is useful, but you can actually probably tell what they like. So you know, you can kind of be selective as well to some extent. So you can actually decide, oh, actually this girl, I don't really click with her much. Actually, I'm not gonna bother, you know, messaging her or asking her out on a date. Because, you know, even I do that sometimes. You know, sometimes I get a girl's number and I think back and I think, actually, you know what? Didn't really feel it too much with her. So actually, I don't think I'm gonna bother messaging her, or maybe I'll message her for a bit, but not actually ask her out on a date. So there's that kind of thing as well. So you don't always have to kind of ask for the number, ask for a date, blah blah blah. You don't have to constantly continue the process if you really feel like it's not necessarily what you're looking for. And again, it depends kind of like what you're looking for as well. So whether you're just looking to get laid, whether you're looking to get laid with only the hottest girls out there, whether you've already got a few hot girls already and you're only looking for hot girls, or if you're just looking to get laid, then, you know, maybe your standards aren't as high, etc, etc. So there's a lot of different factors that go into it. But yeah, hopefully this lockdown will end soon, well, relatively soon, and we can get back to approaching, because obviously the weather's quite good now actually. So yeah, being stuck indoors kind of sucks, but shit happens. It's out of our control. We can only control the stuff that's within our control. Cheers for watching. If you'd be interested in one-to-one coaching with me, where we'll go out in public and work on your approaching girls, or more generally with your social confidence, please visit my website ed-game.com.
Allow the music to define the vibe. I strive to climb, shine, use it. I design my lines to fly high. Fluid minds combine, grind spines, so I try stupid liquid, just lose it. Their boom is cutthroat, get your voice box split quick. Stick freeze it, top, watch the noise stop quick. Sit.